Chris Holmes is CEO and founder of graymatter.io. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining me today. What are the opportunities that you see for automation in the DevSecOps community in the coming weeks, months, years?
Well, ATO processes are pretty arduous. A lot of it is antiquated still, a lot of manual checkboxes, but it's beyond just the ATO process at the beginning. It's how do you deal with it once it's in production, and managing the security postures after the fact. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges. You put software in place, you have to deal with upgrading said software, you have to deal with new software coming in, and that software has to adhere to the same processes, same security postures, and a lot of that can be automated.
Do you take heart in the CATO continuous authority to operate efforts that a lot of organizations are working toward?
I do think, I applaud the government for trying to do it. I also see there's a lot of falsehoods. Mostly because it is done in the eye of the beholder. Everybody seems to have their own continuous authority to operate model, and it's not even at the organization levels or the agency levels. It comes down to whoever the contracted certifier and accreditor is, and what their opinion of continuous automation process means. But a lot of that again is due to what I said earlier. If everything is manual and there's nothing that's automated, you have to have manual type checks and balances. When it becomes automated, it's much easier. It's like, oh, I've seen this over and over and over. This is the same. And when we start to graduate, vendors get to that point and can bring the government to that point, they'll be more successful with CATO.
It sounds to me, though, like a crucial element in the automation process is some type of universal agreement on what are the steps that the automation process needs to follow.
Absolutely. You can have, we do some work in the United Kingdom. They don't have anything like NIST. They have their own processes. And I think that the NIST standards and the guidelines that are being put out by DOD and other bodies is a really, really good start. I think that vendors need to take those guidelines and create repeatable automation. We just released a piece of our software that does autonomous NIST Zero Trust guidance in a very specific way for every workload that comes into place. And when you start to do it repeatable, and you're working hand in hand with the security teams, then all of a sudden it becomes very useful automation, universal, and easily manageable at scale.
The mention you made of UK is interesting because I've had folks from all over the world say, we don't have anything like that. We just use NIST.
They do. We do some work with the telco out there, and we do some Five Eye work. And the first time we went to the United Kingdom, we had all this, I call it propaganda. My marketing team will tell me, no, it's marketing. But we have all of this stuff, and it had NIST all over it. And I was like, this isn't going to mean anything to anybody there. I was stunned. Even in the commercial sector, they will say, we follow NIST guidelines. It's the closest thing to anything on paper as to setting a bar for guidance and standards. So you have to have that in place if you're going to have any kind of autonomous system do anything.
Is there a measure of success for automation, or just it automated what we wanted it to automate, so it's working?
I think there is a measure of success, and I think, AI, more propaganda. I actually just wrote a piece about this. Agentic AI is all the craze right now, and you can't just say you have an AI agentic piece. A lot of people are taking old APIs and they're just putting a facade on top of it. I call that agentic washing, where it's not really AI. I saw a recent Gartner report saying that 40% of AI projects in enterprise B2B they're going to fail because of that same reason. So I think that the measure of success for automation, sure, it's got to automate. You've got to make it work. However, it really does have to do specific things. It's got to be autonomous. It's got to be as hands-off as possible. It's got to be fire and forget. And it's got to do what you say it's going to do. It can't just be, I had this old REST API, and you can query stuff against this REST API. I don't need AI or autonomous automation to query and search for me. I need a real AI to make decisions on, is this security posture compromised? And if it is compromised, help me understand how to redirect all of my traffic from this workload to an alternative workload, or churn this particular thing that's compromised into a honeypot where I can start collecting information and use it with other cybersecurity tools, so I can ultimately find the root cause. That's when you know you've really hit a good impasse on your autonomous cybersecurity layer, at least from our perspective.
Chris, it's great to talk to you. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.